Person of the Year. Oh, Time. You were once a magazine, but now just a shill for the woke ways of social justice nonsense. So, of course, an old creep and the new wicked witch of the West are the singular Person of the Year. Together, maybe they make one person. Maybe. Let me explain. I'm Katie Petrick, and this is Healthy Republic. Time. It's not on Joe Biden's side. No, it isn't. All right, that's the best I can do. Even the cover of the magazine announcing Joe as, I guess, one half Person of the Year shows him completely lost while Kamala Ding Dong is signaling the hounds. Look closely. She is lurking in the shadows, just waiting for the poison to set in. I'm telling you, Joe needs to watch his feeding tubes more closely from here on out. Shortly after hearing the news, Kamala was said to have presented Joe with some special ice cream. Unlike a Tootsie Pop, it took just one lick to get to the center of her evil plan.
Mr. Fox, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Why don't you ask Mr. Turtle, for he's been around a lot longer than I. Me, I bite.
For those who don't understand the metaphor, Biden is the turtle and Harris is the fox. One is ancient and the other one bites.
Joe understands that we have different life experiences, but we also have an incredible amount of shared values. We both have spent our entire careers in public service. And I think that's what makes ours a full and very robust partnership.
Oh, sure, they have shared values, such as being in public service their entire careers, such as living off the government teats and not doing anything to help anyone outside of their own self-interest, such as Hunter Biden, anyone? When Time made the announcement on Twitter that Commie Joe, oh, by the way, that's what I'm calling them collectively from now on, consider it a trademark. Let me know in the comments if that works for y'all. Anyway, when Time made the announcement on Twitter that Commie Joe was collectively Person of the Year, I thought it made sense insofar as together they get closer to being a single person. Keyword, closer.
This is the first time we've also named a vice president as Person of the Year. The Biden-Harris ticket represents something historic.
Thank you for the honor.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Person of the Year is not just about the year that was, but about where we're headed. And the next 4 years are going to be an enormous test of them and all of us to see whether they can bring about the unity they've promised.
There is no good reason for them to be chosen other than we know 2020 is literally a dumpster fire, so just give it to the best representatives of said fire. And how does one celebrate being named Person of the Year? Well, you know Joe has his ways.
Come on, this could hurt your reputation, man. You're going to have to go home and explain, what would I do with that Democrat? Kids, come on over, vote, okay? You ready? Thank you so much. Now, you getting in this picture? Right over here. There you go. You can put it away.
Oh, if only any of that was falsified in any way. But Joe only does that with election results. But in all honesty, upon being named Person of the Year and then having the results of the Electoral College vote, Joe promptly decided to give a big kick in the dick to half of the country by claiming peace, love, and harmony.
306 electoral votes is the same number of electoral votes that Donald Trump and Vice President Pence received when they won in 2016. Excuse me.
COVID! Sorry. Continue. At your own peril.
If anyone didn't know before, they know now. What beats deep in the hearts of the American people is this: democracy. The right to be heard, to have your vote counted, to choose leaders of this nation, to govern ourselves. In America, politicians don't take power. People grant power to them. The flame of democracy was lit in this nation a long time ago. And we now know nothing, not even a pandemic or an abuse of power, can extinguish that flame.
Like his flame will be extinguished sooner than later, if you know what I'm saying. Where is Kamala Ding Dong right now, by the way? And here's one more flame fanning he is doing by lying in a claim for unity.
When I first announced my candidacy, what I got most criticized for was I said we had to unite America, that we weren't going to respond to hate with hate. We had to restore the soul of the country. And I never came off that message because that's my objective.
Yeah, he never got off that message, but he also never got on that message. As much as I disagree with Time naming those two the person of the year, the internet was equally, if not more rightfully livid, and they took it upon themselves to fix the Time covers. Here are just a few of the fixed Time magazine covers that people did. Any one of these would be more accurate in being named Person of the Year. I also enjoyed someone saying Baby Yoda is Person of the Year. You can make all the jokes about how Yoda compares to Joe, and in fact, I look forward to reading them. And quite frankly, I think even naming one of Biden and Harris's primary competitors would have been a better choice. And for my choice, she is known simply as Marianne.
I'm going to harness love for political purposes. I will meet you on that field, and sir, love will win.
At least Marianne mentioned love and not incorrectly called the United States a democracy when we know it's a constitutional republic. There's a difference. As I said before, this is all just Time pandering to the woke scolds. Look at who they chose for the past few years. In 2017, it was the silence breakers, the voices that launched a movement. Ah, yes. Hashtag #MeToo movement, folks. Ah, yes. And 3 years later, what did they get? That's right. This is what they got. I hope it was worth it. We follow up the fake women's movement with the fake news. In 2018, it was the Guardians and the War on Truth. So they gave the award to journalists who were targeted for their work, including Jamal Khashoggi, who was killed in Turkey at the Saudi embassy. 2 years later, we get the media masturbating figuratively and literally all over themselves. Jeffrey Toobin is so gross. And then 2019 came along, and it was time to pander to the children, for they are the future indoctrinated votes for the Democrats. There she was, Greta Thunberg, the power of youth. Remember her? No?
How dare you?
If you've been around Healthy Republic for a while, you can tell that is my favorite clip of all time, and I will continue to use it because it's so versatile, unlike Greta, who has been fed her script and told to embrace the puppeteering. Of course, they had to find some sort of record to break to make it historic, so they went with putting the youngest person ever honored to be Person of the Year. And that's why we have this year's cover too. We have to make it historic again, and let's just put Kamala Harris on there since she'll be the first female and black vice president. Just as review of the past 4 years. Girl power, hate media, youth activists, and leftist pawns. That's Time magazine. There's no reason to put Joe on there. He's just another swampy old white guy who will be president. But he's there now to serve the party of the left, and he's already campaigning for them.
Honk for your next United States Senator, John Ossoff.
You see that one hissing? That one's name is Kamala. And as you know, she is not a Mr. Miyagi and will show no mercy.
No mercy.
I could go on mocking the bleep out of this, but we have plenty of time to do all that in 2021. For now, I am done with 2020, and I'll see all of you next year. Have a Merry Christmas, forget about this stupidity, and enjoy your time with family and friends, because real time is on your side, unlike Joe's. Until next year, stay healthy, America. Hey team, you all know it takes a lot of work to get all of this together, and we continue to be demonetized by Facebook and YouTube. If you like hearing truth and common sense with a love for freedom, please join the Patriot Club with a one-time $99 tax-deductible donation. And you'll get this sweet vessel of joy as part of a thank you for joining the Patriot Club. All you have to do is visit patriotclub.us and become a Patriot member today. That's patriotclub.us. You'll be helping us so we can keep helping you.